Good to have you back here on to Daybreak Africa this lovely Monday morning. Just before we went on that short break, we informed you that we'll be coming back with our guests. Today being Political Monday, we'll be talking about political related issues. This Monday we'll be talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's first few weeks in office. Analyzing President Tinubu's first few weeks in office with a political analyst. He goes by the name Joseph Folarin. Good morning to you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for having us.
Hello, good morning.
Bye.
All right, without wasting much of our time, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his campaign and manifesto said his first few days in office, it will set the ground running. Truth being told, he has set the ground running. A whole lot of policies, a whole lot of laws have been signed, a lot of bills have been passed. The first thing he did when he emerged the winner is he removed fuel subsidy, among different things he has been doing. Now, I'd like to ask, what is your overall impression of Tinubu's first few weeks in office? What do you think about so many things he has been doing? The signing of data privacy into law, the signing of the students' loan, the removal of fuel subsidy, the proposed increment of government official salary by 114%, and then proposed hike of electricity tariff by 40%.
Yeah, first thing first, from the inaugural speech, which he made mention about subsidy is gone, and we saw the ripple effects afterwards. Oil marketers already adjusting their fuel tanks after the pronouncement. The ripple effect is there, but the issue remains that it was not well thought through as far as I'm concerned, because during the inaugural meeting of the National Economic Council, chaired by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, the President mandated the Chairman of the Economic Council to work with the 36 state governors to devise a program to ameliorate the suffering of citizens towards fashioning out programs that will elevate the post. So I think that should have come first before even making this pronunciation. And before now, the former Minister of Finance hinted us that subsidy will allow by July. So at least we have a few months before. Why not tarry for a while, put in place these programs? So
you're saying what he did there, the day it was inaugurated in office was a wrong move?
Yeah, I don't think I can't applaud that decision, because we could see the level of hardship now, and again, with a few days to festive period of our Muslim brothers. So we could look at it. So it's not looking good for them. Also, the price of ram, cows, and foodstuff in general. Transportation costs also now, for some of them who want to spend this short break with their loved ones, of course. I don't think it's a good step as far as I'm concerned. I think we should have put in place some programs in place, a support just to ameliorate the pain citizens will go through. As we all know, that government is there for the people, so you can't starve citizens of the basic needs. Yes, because if we look at it very well, subsidy is not a wrong thing as far as I'm concerned. But the issues have always been that the process is being is not well administered. Certain number of liters is taken out of the shores of Nigeria, and it says a lot about the state of our security.
But on the flip side, Nigeria became the #1 oil producing country.
I think that one is it's more of a data.
Yes,
a data. You understand? Yeah, Nigeria may be #1.
But are we even meeting the OPEC quota?
Meeting the OPEC quota is another thing, because I think the president said recently that about 4 million plus
4 million barrels
per day now will be produced. Though we're looking forward to that. Though my own question to you right now is the government, the present government now. I know it is too early to start, saying this about or saying that about them, but are they true to their words? Are they true to Nigerians? Will they be doing the right thing, especially economically and politically?
It remains to be seen, because our leaders have failed us over the years. Successful government, we say something and do something else. We promise heaven on earth and we see nothing. So of course, it is trust deficit when pronouncement is being made by government officials, agency or government. So we shouldn't create any form of anxiety over the issue. So we need to just watch their actions. You highlighted programs. Let's see how you implement it timely. I think that's the most important thing. So we shouldn't raise our expectations to the high. Yeah, we should be mild in our expectation of this new government. Yeah, fine. You have been making some efforts, taking down, suspending the CBN.
That was going to be my next question.
Right.
What's your take about him removing some people and then fixing in, appointing some new people and some strategic positions? That we have in immigration, in the NDL, in the EFCC, the CBN, among others. What do you think about that? So do you think it's a smart move? Is he trying to put in his own people, or he trying to put in competent hands into such political offices, such critical offices, I mean?
I think before appointing these people, of course, you have talk through these names, have maybe through interaction with them or through allies, who believe that these guys will be useful to will add value to his government, will ensure that he's set out a manifesto, item by item is fulfilled, especially the security team from the NSA. If you consider the person of he has always been his political associate, and also that he has been with him since ACN time. So of course they build relationship over the years, and appointing someone to that position, which is a very sensitive position, where all these intelligence agency report to, from the NIA, the SSS, so they report to him directly. So of course, you need someone you are trusted, to man that position. And of course, you can't rule out his credentials over the years. Former EFCC chairman, also he has acquired numerous experience in this. You
seem to have deep trust in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he has started setting the ground running, and he will continue to set the ground running.
Of course, he has appointed his so-called allies, loyalists who can implement his political. So of course, any blame, any failure will be addressed to him, because everything rises and falls on leadership. Of course, he appointed them, so every blame they failed below expectation. We'll point accusing figures at the president who appointed them, because he trusted them so much. That's why he can assign them this responsibility in ensuring that they implement their set duties and responsibility, and also uphold the letters of the constitution.
Comparing Tinubu's first few weeks in office to the previous ones, what do you have to say about that? Let's talk about the recently, the outgoing, the incumbent now.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's compare and contrast the first few weeks of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari in 2050, and the first few days of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023.
Yeah, if I recall vividly, it took a while before.
About 6 months.
Yeah, no. Aside assigning the minister, it took a while before Muhammadu Buhari took away his service chiefs, and yes, before taking off the former NSA Sambo Dansuki and other. So it took a while. So he was trying to observe their actions. Probably they can live on
looking before he strikes.
Yeah, but unlike Tinubu, he has his card within that. When I get to office.
So what you are trying to say is that unlike Ashwaju Ahmed Tinubu, who is the president right now, maybe he must have looked at what the previous government did, when he first came into power, because there was a lot of dust when it comes to the president has not appointed anybody, the president has not done anything comes to the ministerial appointments or whatever. And I think maybe as he was getting into power, before getting into power, like someone once said, he has been preparing for this position. And so which means that he must have had his own guys on ground to say, as soon as I get into power, these are the people who I am going to put in that stead. But where I'm going to go to now is his health. She did mention in a story that the president was supposed to be in France for a meeting.
Presently in France.
Presently in France now. But people didn't see him in that group, except seeing him hugging
and taking pictures.
And taking pictures.
And like you said, he was there.
And that he was there, but we've not heard any official statement from that point now. Is his health going to be an issue?
It looks healthy at the moment, but don't you think he went to France for his health?
Health, you understand?
It remains to be seen, because we are told he was meant to attend the meeting, financial meeting, and he was meant to participate in the panel session also with some other African countries also. And we saw the Ghanaian president part of the but President Tinubu was nowhere to be found there. While we had a representative was sent here to. I think it's not a good start, as far as I'm concerned, being the first foreign trip international. So it doesn't look good. So we demand an explanation from the presidential media team. On reason why he was absent at that crucial event.
Because for me, I want to understand that most times when a president goes for a meeting, he is presently there
in person.
Yes, in person.
Why did you not travel? You would have sent someone instead of going down.
So that's why
but sending someone, is that right?
Yeah, that's why we demand explanation why he was absent there. We need to know why. Was he tired? Was he tired after several engagement before the time of the panel? So we need clarification on the part from the. We need to know what happened. Was he, was he fast asleep? Was he tired? So the explanation will give a sense of direction as to what we should say next. Okay, hopefully, is he really capable in terms of does he have the energy to cope with the demands of this office? So these are the questions. So the clarification will dictate the next line of reasoning on the part of.
I want to ask a question on his body language.
Yes.
It seems he's on, they use the slang, initial gra-gra. You understand me now? Which means that, okay, when you just get into this place, you want to show everybody that you want to do this and we want to do that. So, but looking at his body language and comparing it to what is happening in the country at present, do you think there's a positive step in the right direction, or there could be hiccups?
I think with respect to the appointment of this service chief, if you look closely, the Southeast was represented. So he's trying to assert his legitimacy. You and I know how the election went. Yeah. So, of course, and knowing forward that the petition is still ongoing, and the judicial punishment is yet to be pronounced at the moment. So, of course, he's trying to appease all other regions that, okay, let's queue behind me, let's unite together. And looking at the outlook of the appointee, most especially the service chief, from the chief of army staff, air staff, and the NSA. Also, it's cut across all regions. And yes, you might raise issue about the DIG being a Yoruba man, or probably the custom also, which from Oshogbo. Also, of course, Ileoluji. So,
but that has always been the trend with every government that comes in. They had to put in their own people first of all. That's how that is no, for me, it's nothing.
Well,
we have not gotten to the level. I don't think we have gotten to the level of serious credibility where people you can just pick anybody from anywhere, and then use.
Recall that during the back and forth of the election, we had a slang called Yoruba Ronu.
Yeah, Yoruba
and
Ronu.
We had a form of tribalism coming to play. Now, this tribalism, it's not yet out of it. Currently, Lagos State Governor is also in court with Gbadebo revival, and then Tinubu too is in court. Do you think, are there any chances that he's doing all of this because of what the court, the tribunal, might come out with? Because he is setting the ground run and he's running as fast as he can. Don't forget there's tribunal in court at the moment. Do you think he's doing all this? Okay, even if tribunal should come and not in his favor, at least he has done something, being the governor, being the president of first few weeks.
You and I know that he's a politician, of course. He's trying to
smart one at that.
Yeah, he's trying to play to the optics just to gain acceptability across board. Yeah, at least with his few appointees across board. Yes, if you look at the manner how he started, how the SSS went after Emefiele, and a few days after also,
Bawa
was taken. So of course, we are trying to see some.
Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? So trying to create some drama to give citizens that, what is this man up to? Should we give him a chance? So of course, his moves are well calculated. He's not just waking up and making this pronouncement. He's trying to assert his legitimacy that, okay, well, let's unite behind him, let's give him a chance. Yeah, he's making the right course. Yeah, listening to the clamor of Nigerians after going through
student loan.
Yeah, the student loan is very, very critical as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, critical.
Yes.
I'm trying to. I saw a tweet on the bed app not too long ago when the person said, you amassed the winner of the office, you removed fuel subsidy, you removed education subsidy, you increased electricity tariff by 40%, 7.5% VAT on diesel, you floated the naira, all in 3 weeks. And so to say, the president said, just put rope on our neck. Let's know that, okay, you're trying to, according to him, let the poor breathe. But apparently, it means
trying to strangle us.
You're trying to strangle us. You're saying don't suffocate us, but it seems like you're trying to suffocate us. Farmers Association said by July, farm produce will increase by 150%. That's times 3 of the usual price. That's outrageous.
Yeah, for me, I think what he's trying to do with this policy pronouncement from the increase in electricity, he's trying to seize this opportunity, knowing for that our patient level might not. So he's trying to, the good way is enjoying now. He wants to roll out all the policies so that, okay, before a period of time, Nigeria will feel comfortable with it. Yeah, so now that, okay, he's doing it one at a time. People will start asking, so which one is this again? Okay, so of course that's what I feel. And again, it's still yet to his government is yet to fully settle down. Yeah, we are yet to see his ministerial nominees, and probably as things goes now, that will be an August or July ending year, because consultations are ongoing now. I don't know. Yeah. So of course, we see. Let's keep watching. Let's keep observing his government. Let's see whether, okay, like your word, initial gaggle, whether this is not initial gaggle. So let's see where it will lead us to, as far as I'm concerned.
George, I want us to understand the fact that, or point out to the fact that we are the masses here. It used to be middle class, upper class, and then lower class. But at the moment, it's upper class and lower class. You and I are the ones suffering whatever rules they put in place. NLC has won against electricity tariff. They're threatening to go on strike if the minimum wage was not increased from 30,000 naira to 150,000 naira. Note, Tinubu came out that some people in the upper echelon their salary will be increased by 114%. Who needed this thing the most? Do you think it should be they at the upper echelon?
I wanted to come into that, to ask you that question. You know, before the last administration, an $800 million loan was forwarded from World Bank. That's okay. It is meant that it is going to be for the most not underprivileged now, the most vulnerable Nigerians now. But when Dele Alaki was talking with the NLC at that meeting, that labor meeting, he said that he mentioned the same amount, and they said they did not capture in their system that there are so many Nigerians left out. It is just for some few. So who are those few, and why are these other Nigerians left out? Who are the original, who are the most, that word now, that vulnerable. Who are the most vulnerable Nigerians who are to benefit this particular money?
Okay. To answer that question, last year, the National Bureau of Statistics revealed that 133 million Nigerians are in multi-dimensional poverty. Now you said 50 million people. So how do you arrive? What is the template to identify these 15 million supposed people? Do we have a data to even so million is in specific states, so millions in this local government. So of course we the old pronouncement, I think, I feel not much thought was going through it as far as I'm concerned. Because how do you want to share this money? Do you want to share it like the conditional cash transfer like we are doing COVID-19? So of course we need to sit down. They need to engage more. So which particular sector will this naira be diverted, channel into? Because giving out cash 5,000 naira at more than 10K, what will he address?
I mean, what will he address?
Yes, the guy was.
I want you to talk about the issue of the minimum wage.
Yes.
You know, like the president, like you said, Mira, like you know, some people will collect like 100, you know, their salaries, who are still at the top echelon of the society, will get huge salaries.
Yes.
But then, is that a solution? Even if the other people who are the smaller people, you know, down there, if they get that same huge salary, would that be a solution to, you know, increasing prices of items in the market, increases prices of transportation, increases prices in transport, you know, air travel and the rest of them, and a whole lot of others in healthcare? I mean, is it right to actually take this kind of decision at this time? Shouldn't it have come, you know, like, you know, much later? Or maybe you put in a palliative first of all and then you bring it up?
I think there are two issues now. Let me speak to the revenue mobilization new proposal has been called on 114% increment on salaries for political office holder. I think it is insensitive at this moment here, because when citizens are crying, lamenting, and you're now pushing a proposal to increase, I think it's really unfair. I think these guys really need to be reminded that they are there to serve us and they should bear this pain also. You can't tell us to keep sacrificing and you keep enjoying the goodies of governance of our public fund. I think it is really unfair. It is insensitive to say the least at this moment here, when cries are being made towards cutting down on the cost of governance. We see some of our governors going to Abuja 4-5 times a week on private jets. We see their convoy also, massive cars, and you look at these people and telling us to cut our costs. You know, so it says a lot about the kind of.
So who is supposed to be benefiting when you say there's the benefit of good governance, the benefit of governance?
It should be about the people now.
It should be about the people.
Governance is about the people. If you cannot serve the people, you have no business in government.
So we're gradually bringing the interview to an end, but finally, not finally, but close to the end of the interview, let's talk about the challenges we have in the country. Insecurity is the top of our challenges now. Benue State suffered insecurity. Right now, Plateau State is dealing with a lot of dead bodies by the day. Flooding. We already informed earlier by NEMA that this year, in fact, it will be serious flooding, serious thunderstrikes, all of that. Residents in Lagos State are complaining. We saw what happened in Delta. Was it early this year or last year that it was a serious, and we've been seeing cases of flooding again. Flooding, insecurity, natural disaster, among all of that. How should the presidency start addressing it, or the state governor? Because Delta State governor right now is dealing with AFC case. State governors are dealing with different things. I feel like our attention are just too diverted. We need to be sure what we are doing in our state and how will the presidency start tackling, especially insecurity. I feel like it's because it has not happened in close to the Aso Rock. That's why they are not feeling the heat, or it hasn't happened to any governor's house. That's why they are not feeling the heat. Well, we are seeing it in the news. We are seeing how dead bodies are carried and mass burial here and there.
Hey, I think for the president here, he has taken the first action by bringing in fresh, picking people he feels can change the narrative in our security sector. With the men on ground now, they know the responsibility ahead of them to safeguard Nigeria against external threats as well. How do we go about this now in respect to some states which have been ravaged by terrorists for the past few years? And also, we hear a report of farmers also paying levy before accessing their farm, paying harvest levy before accessing their farm. So of course,
and even after.
Yes, also. So I think the issue first is that how do we secure the governed spaces? We need to even look at the numerical strength of our personnel, security personnel also. Well, some porous areas within our borders there. So how these people move freely into these communities and move easily without any confrontation? I think that is the question. So the National Security Advisor needs to sit down with this intelligence agency, the DMI, the SSS, the NIA. We need to look at winning the confidence of the locals who can share intelligence gathering. When you see some unknown faces in your community who are there to survey the whole environment, when people go to farm, when people chill outside after the close of work. So of course, there's need for stakeholders intervention from the local to the state governor to the security. They need to be up and doing, and also the responsibility and the welfare of the soldiers also need to be looked into also. Because you can't send someone to a one-ton zone and expect him to offer his best. Of course, when he knows that if he's gone, of course his family might suffer. Of course, so you need to think twice. So that's yes. The former government invested so much in military hardware. Yes, so more needs to be done in terms of intelligence gathering. We need to nip it in the bud before. Yes,
let's make it your parting shot. What is your parting shot generally to we striving Nigerians? We are the ones suffering it. Truth be told, a normal man that drives a car does not know how much we now pay for public transport, does not know how much we now buy fuel, does not know how much we now buy food stuffs in the market, because there's a food allowance, there is car allowance, there is wardrobe allowance. They don't know. So what's the final advice to the people as we wrap up the interview segment?
I think my first advice goes to the political office holder. They need to come out publicly, most especially the president, which is the head of the executive, need to come out and announce a cut in cost of wasteful spending as far as I'm concerned. So and mandate the state governors also to follow suit also. So they need to feel our pain also that, okay, fine, it's no more business as usual. We are not earning much. Our debt is over 91 trillion after the 81
63.
Yes, so much. There's no the revenue. There's a need for us to expand the revenue net. They need to block leakages in the system from the oil theft. We need to ensure that we improve on our oil capacity in ensuring that we meet the OPEC quota. And also what needs to be done also again in respect to taxes also, then expanding the tax net and also reduce the indirect taxes collected by the non-state actor. I think we improve our revenue basket, whereby the states and the local, we have more money to channel into some productive sector that will improve the living condition of people.
We really have to go right now. Our time is fast spent. Yes, this is where we draw the curtain of the interview segment. We'll go on a short break right now to return the concluding part of the program. Please be on standby.